Alright everybody, we're back in the garage on the E93. If you haven't seen the rebuild video, we went start to finish, pulled the N54, put a new one in there, rebuilt the new one completely. So in the last video we got to start it up and drive it around, so check that out if you haven't. I'll link it up here. But today we're going to start on some of the cosmetic stuff that I wanted to do to this car since I got it. Some of these parts I've had since I first bought the car, so all of these mods should be under $30 or $40. I'll put some links in the description below on where I got them, and you guys can decide if you want to do them yourself. So I think they'll make a big difference on modernizing or even just retrofitting some of the newer styles from the BMW onto this car. So I'm going to start with one thing that I already did when I was reassembling the car during the engine swap, and that's the front grille. So you can see this is the new front grille. It's in gloss black and it has the double slats instead of the previous chrome with the single slat. So I'll post a picture of what it looked like before, but I think this makes a huge difference. For me, I love the gloss black and silver look. As you can see, my G-Wagon is the same theme. And so these I think are about $30, $35 and super easy to install. So on the back side of this, you can see they're just clips that hold it in. So you could take the bumper off if you want. You can also do it without it, but just press those clips in, pull it out, and then click the new ones in. So the next mod that we're gonna work on is the angel eyes. As you can see, they are very yellow, and most of the modern BMWs like my F10, you can see they're very white, almost bluish. So our goal is to transform that. Again, this mod is going to cost about $35. So I'll show you how to do it and we can compare and contrast. So once you pop this top cover off, you'll see the brown and yellow wire goes to this, and it's just like most bulbs on the car, you're just going to turn it 45 degrees and pull back on it. And now we can disconnect the connector. Just be very careful that you don't snap it. But lift up on each side and pull back. And there you go. So this is the old one. The new one obviously has LEDs, and you can see it has the resistors or whatever to make sure that you don't get any errors. So what we're going to do is we're going to plug this into the OEM harness. And then the goal is to get this back into where the original one is and get the cover back on. So I've got the new bulb installed. Hopefully you guys can see the difference on camera. Obviously this is the OEM and it is very dim and yellow, and this one is bright white. So I'm going to go ahead and do the other side and get this wrapped up, and then we can move on to the next one. So this is what it looks like with both of them done. Hopefully you guys can see that on camera, but I'm pretty happy with that. So it looks much better than the yellow. The next thing that we're going to be doing is getting rid of these faded yellowed side markers. So I have some replacements for these. And again, these were like $25, so we'll test these out now. So when you lock and unlock, these flash yellow, so we'll see what the new ones look like. So you'll want to pop this clip up and twist counterclockwise to release it, and then you'll pull out the bulb, and the connector for the new one will actually plug in where the bulb goes. So the bulb pulls out, and then the new one just plugs into here, and then plug it back into the factory connector. So before we put this back in, we'll test it with the key. So now we can slide this back in the way it was originally. So wire goes in, press the back in first, and then slide it forward. So now should be good. So now we can see what it looks like on the car. So now you can see the sequential, it's all LED, and this one is smoked, so it looks a lot better than the old yellowed out lens. So we'll keep these just in case we ever want to go back to factory, but we'll do the other side and we'll move on to the last mod. So the next modification that I think is really worthwhile are these mirror caps. These are carbon fiber M-style mirror caps. So these were, I think, 32 bucks. I got them on eBay. So they're really easy to install. They have the clips that just fit into the OEM spot, and these are really easy to remove, so we'll remove them. So they should just pop out. And so I'll clean this up before I put the new one on, and then the new one just pops back on. So here's what they look like after, and here's the before. So I really like this look. I did this on my F10 and I loved it, so I'm happy with it. I'm gonna go ahead and do the other side and get that on there. All right, so to recap, we've got the new mirror caps on, which I love. We got the side markers that replace the yellowed faded ones with LED sequential ones. We've got the new LED angel eye bulbs, and then we have the gloss black front grille. So these small updates to your car can make a huge difference. Every single one that I did was under $50. Most of them around the $20, $30 range. And so I know people might make fun of me for putting eBay parts and stuff on, but I think it really makes a big difference on your car. So keep all your original OEM parts. That way, if you ever want to sell it, you can go back to stock. But for me, this is the way I like my car, and I think these updates for the price, you can't beat them cosmetically. So stay tuned. Next, we're going to be tackling the stereo and doing an interior detail. So make sure you subscribe, drop a like on the video, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. I'm just really trying to show you no love. Say you tired and you need a new love. Use what you got for your lose love. See new things with your views up. Yeah, what you want, new things.